Simple Tales presents Dido and the Oxhide, the legendary founding of Carthage. Long ago, in the wealthy Phoenician city of Tyre, there lived a princess named Dido, also known as Elissa. She was wise, capable, and beloved by her people. Dido lived happily with her husband, a nobleman named Iarbas, but her brother, King Pygmalion, was consumed by greed. Hearing rumours of Iarbas's great wealth, he plotted against him. One night, the king had Iarbas murdered and seized his treasures. Dido was heartbroken. She knew that if her brother had been willing to kill her husband for wealth, her own life might also be in danger. Gathering loyal followers and as much treasure as she could carry, she secretly fled Tyre by sea. For many days, their ships crossed the waters of the Mediterranean. At last, they reached the northern coast of Africa. There, Dido and her companions found a fertile land beside the sea. The location was excellent. Ships could easily enter the harbour, and nearby hills offered protection from enemies.
But the land already belonged to a local ruler named King Iarbas. Dido approached him respectfully. "My people are refugees," she said. "We seek only a small place to settle and begin our lives again." King Iarbas studied the newcomers. They were far from home and greatly outnumbered by his own people. He saw little threat in them. "How much land do you require?" he asked. Dido smiled. "Only as much land as can be covered by a single oxhide." The king laughed. Surely this foreign queen was asking for almost nothing. A single oxhide could cover only a tiny patch of ground. "Very well," he said. "You may have as much land as one oxhide can cover." The agreement was made. The king expected Dido and her people to build a few huts and remain insignificant. But Dido had a different plan.
She ordered her servants to bring an oxhide. Then she instructed them to cut it, not into pieces, into strips. Thinner and thinner they cut, until the hide became countless narrow cords. The strips were then tied together to form a single line of remarkable length. When the work was complete, Dido led her followers to a hill overlooking the sea. Using the long cord made from the oxhide, they marked the boundary of a vast area of land. What had begun as a single hide now enclosed enough territory for a settlement, storehouses, walls, and a harbour. The people worked quickly. Foundations were laid, homes were built, workshops appeared. Ships arrived carrying merchants and craftsmen eager to join the growing settlement. When King Iarbas saw what Dido had done, he was astonished. He had intended to grant a tiny piece of land. Instead, the clever queen had secured an entire hilltop. Some of his advisors urged him to break the agreement. Others demanded that the foreigners be driven away.
But the king could not deny that Dido had obeyed the exact terms of the bargain. She had taken no more than what could be enclosed by a single oxhide. It was not her fault that she had understood the possibilities better than anyone else. Rather than becoming angry, King Iarbas found himself impressed. The refugee queen possessed intelligence equal to that of any ruler he had ever met. So he honoured his promise and allowed Dido to keep the land. The hill became known as Bursa. According to legend, the name was linked to the famous Oxhide that had secured the site. There, Dido founded a new city. Year after year it grew. Merchants came from distant lands. Ships filled its harbour. Markets bustled with activity. Its walls expanded. Its influence spread across the sea. The refugees who had once fled with little more than hope now possessed a thriving home.
That city was Carthage. In time, Carthage would become one of the greatest powers of the ancient Mediterranean, renowned for its wealth, trade, and mighty fleets. And at the heart of its story stood a queen who had arrived as an exile, with nothing but her courage, her followers, and her wit. Many cities in legend are founded by warriors who conquer lands through force. Others are established through divine commands or magical gifts. But Carthage, according to this ancient tale, was founded through intelligence. Dido did not win her land with an army. She won it with a promise, an Oxhide, and a brilliant idea. And so her story endured for centuries, as a reminder that wisdom can accomplish what strength alone cannot. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, subscribe, and share Simple Tales. There are many more legends waiting to be told.